What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy LESKUZZY, and that's Nick215, and welcome back to the podcast from everyone who's listening from all streaming platforms. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm good. How you?
I'm doing great. Uh, Man, we had some things happen this weekend. We had like couple game sevens where people go through. There's a lot of things we can talk about. So where we gonna start? We had boxing. We're gonna talk about that. We're like the first undisputed heavyweight in like what 25 years. There's a lot of things going on. So where,
Yeah.
where you want to start
Um.
off?
Personally, I want to start with the playoffs because that's what I
All
know
right, let's
about.
go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Y'all know what? This how I wanted to start with the players, anyways. DNA. You know what? I'm gonna take over you. Remember what? You know how DNA says stuff every time after the games, right? He goes on Instagram and he does his slogan, "Get him f out of here." He
Yeah.
should have did that. So you know what? In New York, it's getting. You know what time it is, right? New York, it's getting hot here, and y'all know his slogan. Get him the. Y'all know DNA slogan. Get him the f out of here. Get New York the f out of here. No, get Jalen Brunson the f out of here. Get the Knicks the f out of here. Get Tibbs the f out of here. Get everybody Stephen A the f out of here. Get the orange and blue skies the f out of here. Everything f out of here. Everything associated to New York the f out of here. And I said that y'all want to know what I posted on Instagram? If you watch my Instagram, I'm sorry. If
Fuck the Yankees, fuck the Mets, fuck the Knicks, fuck the Nets, fuck the Rangers, fuck the Islanders, fuck the Giants, fuck the Jets, fuck Syracuse, fuck St. John's, and fuck the Buffalo Bills. Fuck reasonable doubt, fuck paid in full, fuck Illmatic, and that's how I feel.
oh, what
Fuck the Yankees, fuck the Mets, fuck the Knicks, fuck
fuck
the
the
Nets,
Nets,
fuck
fuck
the
the
Rangers,
Rangers,
fuck
fuck.
the Islanders, fuck the Giants, fuck the Jets, fuck Syracuse, fuck St. John's, and fuck the Buffalo Bills. Fuck reasonable doubt, fuck paid in full, fuck Illmatic, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, so that's how I feel, right?
Yep. Yep.
So shout out to let's talk about the game, man. So it was what? Let's get into
Knicks
it
versus Pacers, Game 7 on a beautiful Sunday.
on a beautiful Sunday. Uh,
Them boys lost. Them boys
uh,
lost.
Shout out to the Pacers. The Pacers shot. They said like what 69% from the field. That's the NBA record for the most the on field goal percentage in playoff history. They show like 50% from three. Uh, the Knicks, we're gonna be honest. The Knicks got bugged by injuries, right? We gonna be honest with people. They had injuries all over their field, all over their team. But we're gonna be honest. They are trash. No, no, no. I'm
They
gonna lie. They're not
played.
trash, but they
The,
got
the,
beat. They got beat
the Colts
bad.
played
It
5
was
minutes
one
the whole
thirty
thing.
to. It was 130 to uh 109, and like it got bad. OG played 5 minutes. Jalen Brown only played 29 minutes. McBride like Josh Hart played 37 minutes. That's the less that's I think the more last time I've seen him play less than 48 minutes. The first time in a year, like the whole month, he hasn't played like less than 40 minutes. Uh, who has played? Devontinzo scored 39 points. He came and he was ready to pick up the slack, but everybody else he didn't have any help. The only person who kind of helped was Alex Burks. He had 26 points. He had to come in for a injured Jalen Bronson, but it didn't help at all. And Thibodeau, I don't know how he's gonna fix this, but he has to fix something because all his literally his whole starting lineup was injured. They
Thibodeau
didn't,
has the same issue that he had when he was with the Chicago Bulls. He needs to play the bench players. I know he don't like doing that, but the fact that Josh Hart, in the Pacers series, and it might have been the other series too, Josh Hart only got subbed out one time.
Josh Hart, I think he had tape on his ribs, bro.
Josh Hart played every single minute from games 1 through like 4. He got subbed out for 2 minutes, maybe three, and then came back in the game, and he was in the game for the rest of it. He don't get subbed out, bro.
Bro,
So
that
if
man.
he don't get subbed out, I know that Brunson don't get subbed out. I know
No,
that
I think Josh Hart is out of the everybody on the team. Josh Hart, he's the only one. He ran Josh Hart to the scrap, bro. Because Bronson gets subbed out like a list for like 5 minutes, seven tops. He doesn't play exactly 48, but he plays like 40 minutes. But Josh Hart played 48 minutes. Man, you saw that in game 6, how Josh Hart's ribs were looking. That man had put tape. He had to put tape almost around his ribs, like the like I don't know how Tibbs gonna do. Somebody gotta talk to Tibbs.
yeah,
All right.
he gotta stop, bro. He gotta play other players, bro. And if he feels like maybe they're not good enough to be out there, maybe they need to invest in the bench. They need to go get some vets. They need to go get some
Bro,
other people and play those bench players because you can't play every minute of every game for 82 games, then do it in the playoffs too. Like they was tired as fuck. You can tell. Like cool, they have their moments and the nigga hit a crossover and hit a three, but man, it's not. Yo, he's tired, bro. He's tired.
because if you look at the Pacers, I think nobody played over 40 minutes.
The
Like
Pacers low key has a deep team. I
yeah,
don't
like
think it's as good as the other deep teams, but they have a deep team.
because they had TJ McConnell, OG Topping, who was originally Knicks since last year, got traded last year. The Isaiah Jackson, who played with Lamelo Ball in high school. They have Ben Shepherd. They have another Ben. What is it? Macron, who's I guess is injured. The rookie from last year. Is he injured? Ben Macron. Mac. Now what is it? Mac Pacers. What's Pacers? Yeah, I think he's injured. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. Uh, Benedict McTurran, whatever his name. I think he's in the starting line. Yeah, I think he's injured. Yeah, he's injured. Benedict. He tore his his shoulder, his uh, uh, Lebaton, Lebaron. There, Bruce Brown, who I guess wait, is he still playing for them or no? Oh, the trade they had signed Bruce Brown since last year. He signed a big contract with them, but they traded him during the trade. The thing that says a lot, though. That really says a lot. Uh, it was a good game. It was not really. Uh, Now let's talk about next the other game on this we had was the Nuggets defending champs versus the upcoming Timberwolves. Uh, this game was a tells of two halves. Because Nuggets were up by 20 points. They were like
Hmm
58 to 38 by halftime, and
And then they
after that,
scored 14 points in that third quarter. The Nuggets. and
Then
they came right back, bro.
then they got literally Anthony Edwards didn't have his he was not shooting as much. So Edwards decided to start playing defense on Jamal Murray, who had 39 points to end the game, but he in the third and fourth quarter he made it hard for Jamal Murray to even score as much unless Jamal Murray did a screen and got mismatches. But every time he got a Jamal Murray, he locked them up. Then Rudy Gobert felt comfortable. He started shooting turnaround jumpers. I was like, "Yep, they won this series." Seeing Rudy do a fadeaway like his Kobe, or freaking Dirk Nowitzki do a turnaround jumper in the actual playoff game, I was like, "Yep, they won this series. They're about to win this series."
Yeah,
Uh,
when Gobert hit that circus, oh yeah, no, that circus fadeaway was crazy.
like
I
literally
was like,
got it, turned on it. I was like, "Okay, Gobert, what the fuck you doing? You know that's not in your game." And he made it. I was like, "Oh, maybe it is in your game." I'm like, "Yep." The signs looking like the Timberwolves can put this off. To put it off, uh, you could see then it's kind of funny because then the Nuggets got mad when they would that you know Anthony Edwards started saying bye bye before the buzzer passed it. I guess he gave it to Jared McDaniels. He tried to do it like bounce it and dunk it. Jokic didn't like that, and Anthony Edwards was like, "So what the fuck does that have to do with this? If you don't like us, stop us from scoring. God damn it, this is a game." And he was saying, Anthony Edwards said, I guess he had told the Pacers, say, not the Nuggets staff members in the locker room, say he's like, we're gonna see y'all in Game 7. He's like, don't worry, don't think that y'all can y'all can beat us at home. He's like, we coming back. He's like, he told them in Game 5 that he's coming, they're coming back for Game 7. So uh, they came back, won the game, 98-90. Great
mm-hmm.
defense in the last the two quarters made it hard for them. Even with Gobert falling out, uh, Jaden McDaniels had 23 points.
Jaden McDaniels might be a upcoming star, bro.
Uh,
He is hooping during this,
Khan
hooping.
Towns at 23 points. Then Naz
Hmm.
Reid, 6 men of the year, came off the bench when Carl Towns was having foul trouble. Came in, made it tough on Jokic. He had some like what I think most of these points were put back dunks or going on the rebound. Having him, Gobert, and Town, like it's like difficult to when you watch them play. Right, you can they play like a 6 man, like a 7 man rotation. That's how they play this team. Like it's only 7 people who play more minutes, right?
Hmm.
Like then Shea's cousin is also part of the team. Nicola Alexander Walker, who plays minutes too, who gives a great defense, and you can see that this team, like even though Anthony Edwards was struggling from the field, shooting 6 for 24, he started making the right play. He had 7 assists, 8 rebounds. It was like a thing. Nasri came off the bench, gave energy. Was He plays like a big guard, and people don't know this. Nas Reed was part of Jelly Fam. He was the only setup. You remember, like in high school, there was the movement in New York, the Jelly Fam, like they were doing the jelly. I was
Hmm.
like, Nas Reed was the only person from that area who was a actual center part of the team because everyone else who were like, if you're not a point guard, you're part of Jam Fam when they were dunking and everyone. That's the Dennis Smith Jr. and everyone was part of the Gem Fam, but Nas Reed was the only big guy who was part of Jelly Fam. And you could see when you see him play, he plays like a big guard who he's undersized for a center, but he's he when it comes to take like put back dunks, he comes out of nowhere and comes in and does his thing on the uh then when we the Nuggets played great. And some players played terrible. Michael Porter Jr. didn't shoot well. Jokic and Jamal Murray that combined I think like 70 points. But you can depend on only two people. Like the bench didn't help, the supporting cast didn't help. Uh Aaron Gordon played 42 minutes, only scored 4 points. It's like they didn't have much help after the first half. Literally, it was Jokic and Murray. That's how they were playing. It was like a two-man show, and that it can't help when the other team is literally has like what two people on the Nuggets win double figures. Everyone else was single figures. When you look at the Timberwolves, it's like six people in double figures. Like their top six is all in double figures. So that's that makes it hard for you. You know.
Hmm.
Then
Yeah,
other
that
games that
power that they
you know
got, bro. They got Gobert, they got Towns and Reed. That triple tower, bro. That's something to deal with. That's something
then
to deal with. That might be anti Jokic. Not gonna lie.
then
Not
when
gonna lie.
the other games that we the Mavericks versus OKC. OKC fell short. They lost in game what six and through free throws. And I'll say this: OKC is a very young team, but I think they need another big. They need a big man, another
I
big.
don't. Yeah, I don't know if Chet was ready. I
It's
don't
not
know. If
that.
Chet,
To be honest, it wasn't because of Czech because they kind of they after Czech they don't have another big man coming off the bench.
yeah.
So Czech, if Czech gets in foul trouble, he kind of he was in foul trouble because like having what what's his name freaking who's the Mavericks thing. They have like two big men that they don't play. Like Czech play. Look, Czech scored 22 points. Uh, Shea scored 36. Williams scored 22 points. It's like after that they don't have nobody else coming off the bench to help check like and help their defense on there. Where like when you see the Mavericks is like they have Derek Lively, the rookie, who was initially drafted by the Thunder, but got traded to the Mavericks. That's crazy. Who's coming off the bench? Who's a big man himself? And they're Daniel Garfield. So literally, they are literally this what like if you watch them, they're rotating. So Check is probably good. He's like after like two quarters, he's in foul trouble. Then you have Derek Jones, bro. Derek Jones is coming out. He's hooping, scored 22 points. Like he was a role player in other teams. Comes here, he's hooping. Washington was a role player on bro. PJ Washington was a role player. He got kicked off from the starting lineup in the Hornets. That tells me that the Hornets didn't know the Hornets team itself was terrible.
some of these coaches don't know what they're doing, bro.
Yeah, because
Some of these
how
personnel.
if you look at like for like I think for 2 games straight, if I'm not mistaken, literally PJ Washington had the most points in game 3, 27, right?
Hmm.
Then in game 4, I think when they lost, he had 21 points. He came to hoop like the most points in game, but they lost that game, right? That's game what? Uh, game that's game 4. Game 5. No, that's not that. Let's go game 5. When they won game 5, right? He It was the Luca show because look at the 31. Derek Jones Jr. had 19, PJ Washington had 10, 10 rebounds and double double. Then he had 9 points. But then we go to so we in game number 22 here, 29, right? Him and yeah, it was literally him. It was him and Luca trying to tighten the series up after losing game one. Then in game one he had 10. It was like a Kyrie type of show, but like for like 3 games he was the best player on for the Mavericks. Like in 3 games, scoring the ball. Like it's I don't know. To be honest, I believe me. To be honest, if you want me to be honest with y'all, it was not that PJ Washington with the Hornets was the coach didn't know what to do with him. Yes, the coach on the Hornets didn't know what to do with him because I believe it was like since last year, like when Lamelo started having injuries, the coach doesn't know what to do when Lamelo goes off the court. Like he doesn't know how to like because Lamelo, to be honest, if you watch the Hornets with Lamelo on like on the court and with Lamelo ball off it, it's a totally different team. And I'm like, oh, now I see the coach doesn't know how to coach because
Right.
Lamelo, the year like 2 years when the team before they switched the coach, right? 2 years ago when Lamelo like the his first year and his second year when they went into the playing team, it was him like literally Lamelo was like, yo, I think he told the coach the first time his rookie year, his coach didn't believe in Lamelo until literally Lamelo was like, bro, I'm your best option here. Yes, I'm a rookie, but I'm the best option. I'm the best option to help with we got these like we got 2 people who can go and get us a bucket. And I can get a bucket too. So put me literally it was like him even though Miles Bridges, his issue in the last the day year before he came back this year, it was literally it was literally it was supposed to be a big four. Lamelo, uh PJ Washington, Miles Bridges, and Gordon Hayward. But Gordon Hayward was when Lamelo took over, he kind of didn't find a footing, right?
I
Where
mean, of course not. And he had all them injuries too.
yeah,
But
then you kind of saw the emergence of Miles Bridges before getting
I don't think
arrested.
none of those players match together. So it's just not
Yeah,
even.
I think Lamelo and Miles Bridges with PJ Washington actually meshed together because what Lamelo did was if PJ like the lab, how when the thing when PJ Washington was started almost posturing everybody, Lamelo was like, I get the boy. PJ sets the screen, he goes up to the three. If they cross down on like clog the paint, he passes to PJ to shoot the three. If they comes up to got up PJ, he throws it up to Miles Bridges for a lob. It literally became a 3-man show. PJ, Lamelo, and Miles Bridges. Then PJ no PJ, had his issue with Brittany Reiner, his baby mama. The Instagram thing. Who you said she gets at dudes just for the money, and then the child broke off,
Mm,
and then Miles Bridges had his issue with his baby mama and getting arrested in domestic violence, get suspended for some company like almost a whole year. Then Lamelo the last 2 years has been dealing with injuries. I'm like, okay, then this shit literally they got rid of everybody who kind of since Lamelo was dealing with injuries already this year, got rid of PJ, got rid of uh you know Gordon Hayward. I was like, this is a terrible decision. Then you don't even talk about I believe what the bad decision that they made before I know that I got off time from the playoffs, like but we were talking about PJ Washington. Who's this name? James Booknight. Right. Like the terrible decision that the Hornets ever made was getting James Booknight. Like James Booknight was a good player. I go lie in college, but like to be honest, he drafting him was a terrible decision because I go lie. Y'all should have kept freaking the what is his name? I forgot the guy's name. Um, who plays at Darren? Y'all should have kept Darren. Y'all should have kept Darren. And but y'all drafted Book Knight, and I was like, why did y'all draft Book Knight when you had at the time you had Terry Rozier, who they traded away to yeah, they traded the whole team that Lamelo had grown, you know, literally that rebuilding, and I'm like, if you had don't like the your top, you like your top team, like I ain't gonna lie. The first 2 years of Lamelo, I was like, yo, the Hornets can actually do it if they get a like a coach that can help, right? I'm like, bro, look, this is like if you look at this, the first round was like what? They drafted James Booknight, and they could have drafted this is the people that they could have drafted, bro. Uh they could have drafted Isaiah Jackson, who played with Lamelo. That would have been like literally they got Kai Jones though, who ended up being himself just another thing for the Hornets that had to do with he started getting like there are like a lot of people that they could have drafted if you look at it, but hey man, we that's water on the bridge at this point. Now we talk about teams that and other people that when then we look at what games play we talked about the Celtics won. We talked about that last episode. So it's like now it's the conference finals. We got Pacers and the Celtics, two top I guess top offenses in the scoring offenses in the league, with Mavericks versus the top defense in the league with the Timberwolves. Who you got, man, in the
I think it comes down to the supporting cast. It's
mm,
not the stars. It comes down to the supporting cast, and in my
when you had
opinion,
yeah
the Wolves is a better supporting cast. But the Mavs is not. They not light either. Like I like
yeah
Lively. I like who's the other one? It's Lively. It's Washington, and it's another one that be
uh
playing real good.
freaking what Lively Washington and what Gafford the center
Yeah,
that I,
Gafford. There you go. They're nice. They're
yeah
all nice.
I go lie I understand what you're saying. Me personally, I it's not gonna come to the stars because you heard Edmund yesterday after the game. He said, "Yo, I got Kyrie next." He's like, "I'm getting Kyrie." He already announced that he's getting Kyrie. That's his matchup this series, and so it's literally gonna be like for the Mavericks. They gotta try and slow down. It's gonna come down to Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. They gotta. How are they gonna slow those two twin towers with with Nasri's coming off the bench? Because I
Rudy
don't
coming
think
off the bench. That's gonna be crazy.
because now they're rotating three centers
Yeah,
and when two of them are 7 footers.
and that's how they beat the best team in the league.
Yeah,
The Nuggets play real smart basketball, bro.
they play,
It's
like because the little Timberwolves like what how the Mavericks won against the OKC was they exposed the OKC without having another big behind check. Where now that's not gonna happen with the Timberwolves
yeah, they got
because the
nothing
team
but bigs, bro.
they're nothing but bigs, and they are crushing the glass too. Like it, literally, when the shot goes up, you gotta your bigs gotta be down there, or they're getting the offensive rebound. Like it's getting like it's gonna get crazy. Then with the Celtics, I would say it comes down to the supporting cast too for the Celtics at the thing. But this is going to be a series.
I think the Celtics they beat the Pacers. I think they beat them in like six.
In six,
Um,
I think this is going seven.
unless the Celtics pull what they pulled.
Last
What was it, a
like
year ago with the Heat?
all
Yeah,
right,
you can't
all
do
right.
that. You
Let me
can't do
see what let me see what's who's yeah. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. The
that. I
Celtics,
think
if this is only if, right? If Porzingis is not playing, the Celtics might lose this series,
you
right?
think well, yeah, because Miles Turner and Siakam.
Yeah,
I told you that was a big move, bro. The Pacers were smart for that one. That was a
yeah,
big move.
because Siakam, uh, then they've Aaron Naismith coming, who's also like bro, they're deep. Like y'all know that Bennett. Like to be honest, y'all don't get this. This team is way deep. Like it's deep to the point of like uh Andrew. What is his name? This man. Andrew Nate Better is not a starter. He's a bench player who's in the starting role, who's giving them 20 points in the playoffs. Where Benedict McCarron, if he was healthy, he was gonna come in the starting lineup, who's giving them another 20 points. Having literally having like they are deep. Like it's to the point like it's good. If I'm the Celtics, I'm so glad that freaking Benedict McCarron is not playing because it was gonna be difficult for us to control this team. Even though they are deep themselves, but I don't think they have that capability to go almost 11 deep. This series is gonna be interesting. I say
It's gonna be interesting.
uh I got the
Once the Pacers
Celtics in
get healthy,
seven
bro.
because they're at home,
Celtics in seven. I like
and I,
that.
and I got I got the Timberwolves in seven too.
Yeah, I got Wolves in seven, and I got the Celtics in six, maybe five.
Uh,
But they are prone to do what they did with the Heat and
yeah,
lose
then
to a team that's clearly not as good as them.
yeah, then
Um,
we're gonna say this. I got the Timberwolves winning it all now.
I don't know. Whoever wins in the West is who I'm picking. But I
Yeah,
don't know if the Wolves beat the Mavs. I'm going to bet
I,
on the Wolves,
nah,
but I don't know if they
I
really
got
beat
it.
them.
I got it. I put my money on the Wolves. Man,
Because I
Anthony
think
Edwards.
Kyrie's too clutch, bro. Kyrie's too clutch, yo. It's going when it
Well,
get
it's
down to
gonna
the
come
buzzer
there,
beater.
bro. Let's be honest. If anyone wants to watch a show, we watching these games. Wolves versus Mavericks. We if nobody's watching any other games, if you don't want to watch the Pacers and Celtics, and we just say, "Oh man, the Pacers and Celtics, y'all can get." But this the Wolves versus Magic, this is what sports is about. You heard Anthony Edwards in his interview yesterday. Literally after he won Game 7, he just said, "Bro, I got Kyrie next."
He's ready. He's ready. And last time he faced his idol, he cooked him. He cooked him.
And
He cooked
swept
KD, bro.
him. He
He
swept him
cooked
too,
KD.
and his confidence too. He has a
Yeah,
confidence. He doesn't care if he's losing or he's winning. He's still talking shit. Like
yeah.
and he wears. Y'all don't get it. This man wears a KG thing on his finger with KG's number. Remember when KG used to wear the 21 on his on where he used to play for the Temple?
The Wolves.
He used to wear his thing on his like a ring. I want to say a ring sweatband, like a finger sweatband with his number 21.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who wears that? Now, Ant-Man wears that. Man,
Yeah, yeah. And also, I want to notice something that he is really a leader. He's the first one of the new class and even some of the older class that really leads his team. Steph Curry was the best on the Warriors, but he didn't lead the team.
no,
Like it's Jason Tatum, I would say, is the best on the Celtics, but he doesn't lead the team in my opinion. Like he
I know.
like
I think this year he had to because Bunker Smart is no longer on the team. But
true, true. But
but he
Anthony Edwards really is like coaching them through. He like even when they lost, like that first loss, he was like, "Yo, it's just one game. It's
yeah,
just one
bro.
game. We gonna win
You
this game."
had him like even the series before when they played the what was it? The series before against the the Suns when they were like having like a close game and he told Cat, bro, he's like, bro, you stop fouling, bro. When you foul, you putting us literally we play through you. You are the person that we even when they won game six. He literally the first thing they asked is like, what's the difference? It's like Cat stuff is Cat didn't foul. That's why we won these games. Every he's like, y'all see it. He's like, I think y'all see it when Cat doesn't is not in foul trouble, we win games. We can beat any team when Karen is not foul. He's literally just said it. Even when Cat, yo, that's crazy. Cat said, he's been in the league. I've been in Minnesota for 9 years. I've seen everything. And literally, Ant-Man said, "Fuck them 9 years. Is the only year that we care about is this year." He said, "Fuck them 9 years." Like he said it, bro. Bro, that nigga,
That boy is not playing.
what he's unapologetic himself. He doesn't care to be, politically right. He says whatever he feels like saying, and that's him.
It's really him.
And
Yeah,
like
that's our Kobe, bro. Anthony Edwards is the new age, because he was
Kobe,
drafted
Michael,
in 2020. So he's the
like,
20s Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
like him. It's like, to be honest, this is, I gonna lie. Out of his draft class, it's only him. Like, okay, we're gonna say like teams that has like been like who out of his draft class who I see them leading as a team. Leaders. Though he's out there telling people what to do. It's only
I
him and
mean,
Melo. Even though Melo's team is trash, but it's only him and Lamelo who's actually coaching people out. And
yeah.
until this year when Melo was
Well,
forced not,
Halliburton.
was he drafted in 2020?
Yeah, Halliburton was in the same draft class. He went 12 to the Kings. I looked it up the other day and I was so surprised. I was like, "Yo, they really got drafted in 2020?" Like, but of course that was around the time where I was barely watching basketball. So, but yeah,
Oh,
him and Halliburton and Tyrese Maxey. Maxey was 21.
yo. Okay, yeah. That's crazy. So out of their draft class,
It's only
bro,
them.
it's only four of them.
hmm That the rest of that class is it's good players that got drafted.
Yeah,
Isaiah Stewart, I think
yeah, like I think
Emmanuel Quickly.
Paul Reed, our backup center, who's supposed to be
Yeah,
a power forward, but he plays center for the Sixers. That's something that we need to fix. Nicola Richards, who plays for the Hornets. I think he's no longer a starting. I think he got demoted, if I'm not mistaken, or he got traded out. Bro, it's only him. Like it's actually only him. You might be right.
yeah, man.
You might be right. Like there are some players who are supposed to be good, but who didn't end up to be good. Oh no, and Jaden McDaniels.
He got drafted the same year too.
Yeah. There are some players who are supposed to be great. Like now, if we look at this, if we look at this, this draft class, there's a lot of busts. Then we can all say this. James Wiseman was a bust. Drafted number two was a bust. Patrick Williams.
I've never heard his name in the last 4 years, so that was surprising to me.
Patrick
Definitely.
Williams, I think maybe I don't know if he's a bust or not yet, but because I don't watch the Bulls, so I don't know much. Isaac Isaac Okoro is a good player, good player for the Max. Onyeka Okongo, who played with Lamelo in high school, another good player for the Hawks. Another bust here, Killian Hayes, a bust. Uh, Obi Topping, he was supposed to be, just he was just coming from like what he came from dating. He just took the dating team to a whole lot of, like, I think the March Madness had a great run, did a dunk contest. He took a dating team to, I think, the Final Four. Who else? Jalen Smith. I think he's a bust. Oh, he now plays for the Pacers. Who another player who I'm not really thinking. Vassell. Hey, I don't know much about him. He plays for the Spurs. I really think he's a. I don't know yet if he's a bust. Kyrian Williams. He was supposed to replace, my Lonzo in the Pelicans. I would say he's the best. Anthony. Oh yeah, no, he's not a bust. He plays for the Pacers. I think so. Oh, he plays for the no, he plays for the Celtics. Cole Anthony, bust. Isaac Stewart, not a bust, but he depends. He really you gotta you gotta Josh Green. Wait, does this even play for the Mavericks? Oh, he plays for the Mavericks. I won't say he's a bust slash. Yeah, it is. I don't know if he still is even on rotation. Dick Bay, he had like that 150-point game. Pacho Achua, who else? Maxi, great player. So literally, there's only four players that he's actually.
That's nice.
That's nice.
There's a lot of other role players and stuff like that, but
Others are
yeah,
role players like Pritchard, Isaac. Quickly now, there's some role players, but most of this class wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. I'll be honest. I think there's some players that when underutilized, in my opinion, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Like there's some people who didn't get a chance in the NBA too. But that's it. Uh Now let's talk about, there while we talk, I'll say there's five players because we just jumped McDaniels, but there's four, stars and one good ass player.
yeah, yeah. But that's how the drafts usually come out to be. We don't have like star-studded drafts no more. Like
Yeah.
the last
So
one we had was probably Alonzo's, and that wasn't even. It didn't turn out that way. Even though we got a lot of nice like long-term players. Like
yeah, we
I
got
think Oubre and Brandon Ingram was in that one.
hold on. Wait,
But
Lonzo's draft class was, hold on, let me where's Lonzo
because I
again?
believe Brandon Ingram went too when it was Lonzo.
No, Lonzo went in 2017, so his draft class was a Markel Fultz. We can say he was a bust. Lonzo went to Jason
Yeah, we
Tatum.
should have picked Lonzo, bro.
Yeah, we should have took Lonzo. I go lie. But at the time we had Ben Simmons, so technically speaking, Lonzo would have had to go to the five, and he was at the time he was not as what he is now, a gold point guard with a shot. He remember his shot was not that good at the time.
Yeah,
So we had Jason Tatum, the Josh. Not there's one bust, Josh Jackson, bust, but they've Aaron Fox, Isaiah, Luke Kennard. They like Frank Ntilikina, another bust. Zach Collins a bust. Malik Monk a good ass player. Luke Kennard another good ass player. Then Donovan Mitchell, bam, like who they like a couple busts. Then a kind of no, Jolin Collins, another great player. Bust. Yo, you know the player that I thought was gonna be good in the NBA was Terrence Ferguson. After watching his high school, remember when his high school highlights where his nickname was Terrence 2K Ferguson? I thought he was gonna be a good player, but he's the first. I think he was the first player to not go to the to college and went to play in Australia. Then he came back and drafted 21. Then
Hmm.
another, the Jaron Allen, bro. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right because they have OG Nananobi, uh, Kyle Kuzma, uh, Josh Hart was on this draft too. I forgot about that. Josh Hart was drafted by the Jazz, got traded to the Lakers. Who else? Let's see. Did they have any, late person, late? Oh, Dylan Brooks was in their draft. Uh, there are some players who never actually played. There's one player who never actually played. I don't know why we drafted him and never came to the NBA. His name, he got drafted by us, but I don't know why he never came to the NBA. Got drafted, then in his draft rights were traded, like, and in 2020 his draft rights were traded. Bro, he has been traded like a couple times and never played in the NBA. I don't know why. That's crazy.
Could be injuries, or he could just not want to play. But either
But
way,
he still gets literally traded. He just the last time he got traded was 2020 to New York. And so like literally I think he to be how tall is he? That's my question. 6'9". Yeah, actually if he actually made it came to here, he would have been, I don't know if really much. I'm not sure. What, like, I wanna see his stats. Okay, I see why he didn't come to the NBA. He's not even doing much in the Euro League. So never mind. You good where you at.
yeah, he probably go to the G League or something.
You good where you at. Man. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this draft. There are a lot of draft people. No, let's talk about, other people we didn't talk much about was we didn't talk about the NBA draft combine that happened. That happened a few
Bronny
days.
Hoop.
Yeah. So I didn't watch much, but I know. Now let's talk about. Let's be honest, man. This draft class, I believe, is full of best. They gotta reach. There are some players that I believe that can do great in the NBA, but I don't think there's a lot of players that I have faith in the to do great. I'll be honest. There's a lot of players that I don't have faith in, right? Because I don't even know who's going number one. We don't have that definitive number one pick, and that's a problem for me, right? So then we have a lot of players that Bronny showed that he can shoot. He's actually 6'1 3/4". But he has a 40 2 inch vertical. Can play great defense, not solid defense, not great defense, but solid defense. Uh, he showed that he can shoot. He can be a great, even a great role player. Because to be honest, when I saw, like, I watched some of the I recorded and I started watching some of the footage of him doing one thing. He showed out of every point guard that I seen, he's the best when it comes to a pick and roll. He's the best point guard right now. Well, he's not a true point guard, but he's the best guard right now who can. use the pick and roll because of his decisions. Like literally every time they crashes down, literally he gave it to the open. He made the right play. It's just his teammate didn't make the shot.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay. I was like, I see what people saw. Like I see, I watched some of you in his games. Like I know. Now I want to get to the media part of people because they say, oh, he played on a terrible team. Yes, he played on USC terrible team, right? And it's like, oh, he scored only 4 points. Man, don't forget this man was expected to have a great freshman year, but got delayed after the health, his health issue, the health scare,
Yeah,
right?
they like overwrite his health scare. They overwrite him taking his time, and they just make it seem like, oh, he's ass, like, he needs more time to develop, blah blah blah.
Yeah. But if you watch,
Nobody would talk about this if it wasn't LeBron's son, and it's like I
yeah,
feel like it's just a lot of hate rather than just actual critique. Because
yeah,
when you see him play, he plays very fundamental. So
yeah,
honestly, it's nothing wrong with his game. Like you can't really say there's anything
yeah.
wrong with
Like
it.
they're like, oh, he can't shoot. I'm like, bro, if you actually watch, I don't think, especially, I want to talk to about Mad Dog Russo real quick. Who comes on ESPN first take on thing. He's like, he doesn't know how to shoot. I'm like, and then he said, I've never watched UNC play, so I don't know what. I'm like, so you telling me you didn't watch UNC play, but you because you see his stat line and you say he doesn't know how to shoot. Number one, if you watch him play, if you watch UNC play, you saw Bronny. One thing he did when he played on UNC, they didn't play him every. UNC had already before he started playing, they already established their scorers on the team. It was Isaiah Collin, the what's his name, the senior who came back who was playing in DJ. I forgot his last name. So those were the three main guys. Every time Bronny came on the floor, I think two of them, or sometimes they put Bronny with the senior and DJ. So the two DJ and the senior started scoring more, and Bronny took the responsibility to guard the other best team, the other players, the other team's best guard or best player guard, and he did a great job. I was like, if we look at it, he played a role. He was a role player. And that's what he's gonna be when he comes to the NBA. He's gonna be a 3-and-D type of player who's a 6'1", undersized for who's gonna make shots, play defense, and when he's gonna make the right play. And that's I don't know if he's staying in the draft because I think he needs to make his decision by the end of this week, right? About staying in the draft by I want to say by May 29th, if I'm not mistaken. So you got
Honestly, he should go for it.
stay in the
He'll
draft.
he'll get drafted. He'll get drafted low, but I mean, what's wrong with it? I
All right.
think
This is why I believe me personally. I would say yes. If I do believe there's somebody coming in next year's draft who's the next year draft is even better. But I don't think the next year's draft even. I don't know much about next year's people, except if this is if right. So what Kentucky's thing? Hold on, Kentucky what starting five because Kentucky uh roster real quick 2023 roster, right? This is what I want. This is the only thing I believe, right? This is wait. If Rob Dillingham is going to the NBA, and I believe he is, right? I don't know if he's coming back. LeBron is not. If Rob Dillingham is going to the NBA and DJ Wagner, right? Is I don't think DJ Wagner is going to the NBA. But wait, Rob Dillingham. Let's see. If Rob Dillingham goes to the NBA, I believe Bronny might might roll it and say, "Shit, let me go back to school and go play on a under a different coach, NBA." Right?
Also, he might really want to get drafted high. Also, so
Yeah,
he might come out of there.
yeah, and I think because he actually, if you watch him and DJ Wagner when they played in the McDonald's All American last year, he actually was clapping. He actually was playing great. And I have a feeling this is what I'm believing. I don't know if it's true or not. I believe Brownie might decide to go. If he goes back to college, he's going to Arkansas and play under John Calipari and DJ. Him and DJ as the backcourt with John Calipari coaching them up, because him and DJ already have a relationship, because they already have chemistry because they played with each other. There had some practice, and you when they played in the All American, literally they were the two people. Like literally, DJ was like, "Oh, I got the ball. Let me go down." Or Bonnie, you here? Nah, you can take over the offense. Let me score a little bit. When Bonnie wants to score, DJ passes the ball. I like that 1-2 interaction between them. I was like, I like it. I liked it, and that's what's supposed to happen in UNC. If he didn't get the health scare, I think they were gonna go with three guards. I believe they were gonna go with three guards: Bronny, Isaiah Collier, and what is the UNC roster real quick. I know the other guy who was his name. I know his name, but Ross, who was his name? Wait. Boogie Ellis. It was. I believe that's what they were gonna do. And DJ Rob, is he going to the draft? I'm not sure. His freaking Dennis Rodman Jr. I forgot. Dennis Rodman Jr. is in, who was the third guy. I don't know if he's going to the draft. That's the crazy bit, because he put some numbers up this year. I don't know. NBA draft. Uh, but yeah, I think yeah. I don't think he's really going to. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that it depends. But I guess maybe, if this is my guess. I believe he's gonna stay in if I don't know how what's gonna happen, but I believe LeBron gonna say, "Hey man, go back to college. You already proven that you can play with NBA stars. Go back. Maybe you can try. I don't know, because LeBron said he's not trying to make the decision for Bronny. Bronny's gonna make his own decision.
yeah, LeBron gonna make him make it. LeBron gonna let him make his decision.
Yeah, I think
I
if
don't think
Bronny
LeBron
thinks
gonna tell
about it, I think he will say, "Oh, I can go out if what he's hearing is not what he likes, or what Rich Boy think." Rich Boy might say, "Yo, bro, I think we can get a higher pick and get more money." Because let's be honest, Rich Paul really can get people money, and Rich Paul has said numerous times, he tells his clients, "Hey man, you're not that guy." He has said it. And I believe he will not say that to Bronny, because their relationship, right? But he
you.
might give him advice like, "Yo, you're stuck right now. Yes, it went up a little bit into the first round, but if let's say if you go back to college and hooped like how we can see you hoop, you might go up to like top 10 next year."
Which is a better a better thing. I think also his mom is probably telling him like, yo, you'll be the first one to actually have a degree. Like LeBron don't have a degree, she don't
Yeah,
have a degree. I don't
yeah, like,
I
but
don't know if the rest of his family has a degree. He would literally be the first one to get a
no,
degree. So
I think LeBron has said that. LeBron has said
yeah.
that LeBron was the first one to even go to college.
Yeah, so he would, I think a
I
lot.
okay,
It's a couple other decisions also
yeah,
as
but I
well.
think to be honest, he might still be enrolled at UNC and get a degree that way.
Well,
Like
he
I
didn't get picked up in the transfer portal yet, so you don't know.
well because
I
he put his name in the transfer portal and the draft. He didn't just put his name. You know how other players would just say, "Oh, I'm going to the draft," and take they don't put their name in the transfer portal. He
hmm
decided to put in both. So I don't know Bronny. I don't know Bronny's transfer portal. Like how is it? Like, what is considered taking team right now? It looks like they're talking about Bronny staying in the draft or uh transfer. Hold on, this is what I'm about to. You know, transfer portal. Transfer. I don't. All right, all right. Bronny is still in a potential landing spot. You know, we're gonna go like this. You got so these are the he can go and play for his dad. The team that his dad coaches. The person that coached LeBron in high school, right? Oh no, wait. He can play for his dad's old teammate, right? Or go to Oregon, who was involved, or go to I don't bro. He's actually he got a lot of people. He got Jackson State. Wait a minute. He can go. All right, he might go. He might go to Jackson State and do like the Mr. Deion Sanders. Follow Deion Sanders and bring some status to Jackson State. I go lie. Like how Deion Sanders did with the football team there, he might bring status to it. But I don't know really much. But right now the news is him staying in the draft. I don't know if we gotta see. Wait, no, deadline. You know, deadline, deadline to declare for the draft. Okay, early draft entry deadline and withdrawal process moved swiftly with presenting at April 27th, representing the deadline for athletes to apply for early entry, and May 29th, serving the last day to withdraw your name from the draft and withhold their college eligibility. That's it. So he got 9 days to stay his name in the draft.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
So right now, okay, let me see entries. Brani is part of it, but nobody hasn't withdrawn yet so far. I don't know yet. Brani, so we're gonna see. Now let's talk about boxing real quick before hey man, so what happened this weekend, man? Before hold on. So this weekend we had the biggest fight in 2024, other than Ryan Garcia, and that was. But we had the biggest heavyweight fight in 25 years, but the biggest fight in boxing people's eyes in 2024. Not casual people, but boxing people wise. Between our Usyk and and Tyson Fury on in Dubai. I say Dubai, Saudi Arabia. It happened Friday afternoon. You know. Uh. So yeah. He wait a minute. There's something. Hold on. They better not. They better not. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is stupid. All right. So we're gonna talk about this real quick. All right. So there was a fight between Alexander. I said Alexander Usyk. I think it is Alexander Usyk, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Oli Zantrak Usyk versus Tyson Fury. This was a great fight. 12 rounds. I watched the entire 12 rounds, right? Uh, and Usyk had a three belts, and he had three belts, and Tyson Fury had, won the WBC, but he needed, my boy needed the boy needed, the other three belts. He came in there loose. He was trolling most of the fight, uh, doing some antics until the ninth round. When the ninth round came, Usyk hit him with one. Well, he countered him and had Fury like for like a whole minute or so. He was getting. If the ref, if it wasn't, if it was any other boxing fight, Fury would have been knocked out. We would have called this a knockout. But the ref knew this was a big, a big fight and everything. Usyk got the knockdown, so he hit a 10-8 round. Then Fury recovered, like how Fury. If everyone has watched Tyson Fury, he's the only person. Everyone has said he's the only person who got out from Deontay Wilder's right hand. He actually rose like the Undertaker from the dead. He's the only person who has done that before. So he knows how to get back out after getting dropped. He has been dropped 8 times in his career, and he has gotten up and won every fight until this one. He didn't drop, but he counted as a drop because he was on the ropes wobbling. The ropes held him up a couple times, and He woke up. He kind of he had his almost. He almost. I think the problem with in this fight with Fury was he didn't pull the trigger as much. Maybe he was scared or something, but every time he had Usyk, he didn't, because he had Usyk earlier before the round 9, and he didn't pull the trigger to actually win the fight. Because if he actually pulled the trigger and actually beat, like, hold on, actually did like fight him, he would actually won this fight. But he lost the fight by one point. The 1 point that he lost by was the point that he got knocked down at the round 9, because it's a 10-8 round, not a 10-9 round. So he lost by that 1 point. Split decision. Usyk won the belt, but unfortunately for Usyk, he can't celebrate that much because they were told. I didn't know this until now, that they were told before the fight that they'll only be champions, undisputed champions, for 2 weeks, and that's stupid as hell, because they said they're gonna get, if Fury had won, he would get straight for the IBF. So Usyk won, he's getting stripped of the IBF title, and they're gonna give it to the overdue mandatory. I'm gonna say this is stupid as hell, because why?
Yeah.
I
Why
believe,
have the fight?
why do you advertise this as an undisputed fight? with Usyk winning, and then you're gonna say, oh, because the other guy is facing Dubois in June 1st, y'all want to make that as a big fight, and since the winner of that fight would be IBF time, no, just let them fight. The winner of that then fights Usyk, who's now the undisputed, so that he can defend his undisputed. And the more and more I see this in boxing, the more and more I get why Floyd didn't want to go undisputed.
Yeah, it
Because
don't
it
make no sense. You're gonna strip me
makes
of
no
all my
sense,
titles.
because one, they gotta pay to keep the belts, right? You That's stupid as hell. You gotta pay to keep the belts. Then it's a lot of things that I see in boxing. I'm like, okay, I see why most people go for the money now, not for undisputed, because it's a lot of politics in boxing, and that is messing up, because there are great fights that I believe, not even there are great fights that can happen, that I believe would have happened if there was not so much politics in boxing.
Hmm.
Like, let's be honest. Like Booth versus Crawford would have happened if the IBF just didn't do some snake shit, saying that they don't acknowledge rematches, so they straight Crawford and gave the title to Boots. Even though it don't make sense, but there's a lot of things I believe that that should have happened. And like, for example, like, if let's be honest, Canelo doesn't want to fight Benavides, so Benavides moved up in weight, right? But Canelo, for the last 3 years, Benavides has been Canelo's mandatory. Canelo has fought everybody else but Benavides the last 3 years. But and y'all expect that, and y'all tell me, there's a lot of things that they do that kind of pisses people off in boxing, and I see why. Because I
Hmm.
believe they should just have one belt, not four different companies, organization controlling, and they have to pay those four different companies to keep their belts. If you don't pay, they strip you for the belt. It's like, it's really stupid as hell. Why have the belt if I have to pay you? Right? That's stupid. Uh there's a lot of fights that's happening. As we are speaking, this is the week that when y'all watching this, the testing already happened. The B sample for Ryan and Devin Haney. And
He's cleared, right?
it's happening in 2 days. Well,
No.
but we just saying, when they see this already happen, we will find out the
Right.
results. I would say they should come out with the results swiftly in 3 days after the testing. But sometimes shit happen. We might get the results 20 years later. It's I don't know. This shit's happening right now. Boxing right now. To be honest, it's looking weird and weird. The more and more I watch it, the more I watch
Yeah,
it. It's
it's
not like,
getting too many politics is
yeah,
involved.
like, there's too many politics. There's too many shenanigans that's happening that I really don't think people. That's what they should be focused on.
That's what
David,
battle rap getting hit by.
like, like,
All these competitive sports, yo.
like, to be honest, when I listen, the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia situation, it's getting messy and messy, and to be honest, the more I hear Devin Haney and his dad talk, the more and more I believe they did something with the test.
I think they did too.
The more and more they talk like this, because to be honest, Ryan Garcia kept talking. He talked about it a couple of times, right, and just kept quiet about it, and he just went about his day. Like, he's going there. He was in Saudi Arabia, and he was with he just signed a deal with Prince Amir, the one who is in boxing. Like, he literally he's sitting with he's just we went by his day like a normal ass day. But the more then Devin Haney's dad comes out with a video talking about the test, saying that Ryan Gosling doesn't belong in boxing. To be honest, yeah, you don't belong in boxing.
Hmm.
Devin Haney comes out the same thing. I'm like, I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, the more I see here, the more I see it. Maybe that's why I don't follow Devin Haney on or his dad on Instagram or any social media. I never did. Is the more they talk and the more the story comes out, they're saying that Devin Haney said it right after somebody after the fight said that they know that Ryan will test positive PD. The more I'm like, okay, this is weird. And the more people who were with Ryan Garcia that fight, they say Ryan Garcia insisted, like literally say, y'all can take my sample. Like he was insisting. He didn't say no. He didn't say nah, y'all can't take the sample. Is the more I'm like, okay, if he was taking PDs, he would have tried his best not to, you know, not to actually take the urine sample. That would be stupid as hell.
And if it happens like weeks before where you get tested, why would he take it within a month of the fight?
Not even a
Get
month,
caught,
weeks. Not even. It's
get
not that.
caught, and then do the fight. Why not take it right before the fight?
Then they're talking about then then the worst part is that Devin Haney is saying, "Oh, you took PEDs and you couldn't. How sad is that you couldn't knock me out, bro?" Devin Haney, you want to be honest? You want us to be honest? We're gonna be honest with you.
Bro, he knocked
He
you out,
knocked
bro.
you out.
He knocked you
It's
out, bro.
just
He
the
he,
ref
he
didn't
beat
want
your ass.
to literally count you lyrics with the fight off. He knocked you out
Beat
a
your little
couple of
ass.
times. You were out. It's just the ref who was somehow there's a story that you bribed the ref. There's a lot of things that's happening because I really think this is then the more I hear the story, the more I'm like, okay. Because if let's say the Ryan Garcia comes out clean, right? That's one. If he comes out clean, because let's be honest, I'll be honest with you. This is the most prolonged drug test I have seen.
I know,
Be-
right?
Because when the former boxer who's now beefing with Carissa Shield, her nickname is the Bomb. When she tested positive, literally she found like she just won. On then the following week, not even a week, a few days later, she tested positive, and suspended her and switched their thing, her fight to a non-contest. Right? It was
Who?
quick.
Alicia
Bungada.
Baumgart.
Yeah,
Oh wow, she really tested positive.
and
I mean, that was kind of. I mean, if you look at her face, she's a little. Yeah.
she tested
Damn,
positive.
she's nice though.
Yeah, she tested positive, and it was like 3 days when they come out with the results. They suspended. I'm like, this is the more. I'm like, the more the Ryan Garcia situation, the more is the. I'm like, the more I'm like, okay, I'm on Ryan's side because one, the commission didn't do shit because with Alicia Bonga, it was quick. She got she tested positive. I think it was from I don't know what drug it was. I want to say marijuana or something. It was something PD. I don't know what it was. She tested positive, and quickly they're like, oh, suspension, right? They suspended it, and I think they switched it to a non-contest, if I'm not mistaken. The same thing that happened with the thing with what's his name, Keyshawn Davis. He tested positive for marijuana. The switches 3 days later. They switched his thing to a non-contest. It's like every time I was like, but when it comes to Ryan, we have prolonged this. It's now through. We going to week 3. I'm like, okay, now the more they do this, the more I'm like, okay, I'm now on Ryan's side. I'm like, the more they keep talking about this, the more I'm like, it looks bad for, the more it looks bad for freaking Devin Haney. Because I'm like, Devin Haney is, the WBC. One thing I noticed this. I want to say this, and I'll say this. The WBC might have the nicest belt ever because I bought replicas to the belts. They're great belts, but they're corruption with the organization. Because that fight, right, with David Haney and Ryan Garcia, David Haney should have lost his belt. But after the fight, after the decision, the president came out and said, "No, David Haney keeps his belt. He's gonna because Ryan came overweight." I'm like, how the fuck did he? We all agreed if he either lost, the rules is if he lost, he vacates. But somehow he has to keep his belt because you felt pity for him that he ass whooping he got.
Yeah, it's almost like he got everybody in his back pocket pretty much.
Like it's like literally, it's like
It's going to be
everything.
like this fight never happened soon.
If they try to do that, y'all know what? That's why I recorded the fight. Every time Devin Haney fights and he tries to do something shady, I'm gonna post. I'm like, yeah, y'all see, y'all remember this happened. I'm like, this thing kind of get away from the right, from the left hook, and that's the worst part. Y'all know what's crazy? Tank said it. He said, all he has is a left hook. All he has is a left hook. All he has is a left hook. I'm like, okay. But
And you got hit by the whole fight.
y'all gonna come up here and I said this. I think I don't know if we have said. I came here. I think 4 episodes straight, and I've said this. Him keep saying I'm a special fighter is gonna be his downfall because he's like I'm a special fighter. Nigga. If you stop saying that, who are you trying to convince? Us or yourself? Because I don't care. There's special fighters I see every day, bro. I. You know what's crazy? He's the only person. Imagine I see Boots every single Sunday. Not every Sunday. That's a stretch, but most of the Sundays. Man, we when you watch Boots, you can see okay, Boots is actually a great talent. He will whoop anybody ass that he wants to, except for like the top names. It's gonna be a fight. But he's a special type of fighter. But when you talk to him, this man doesn't mention that he's actually he. When you talk to him, you would think that he's just a beginner in boxing. That's crazy because I talked to him like we talked about his training, bro. Like the more I'm listening to him, I'm like, bro, do you know that you're one of the best in the world? But the way you talk, you just talking like you're just a regular, like you are just not that. You're not one of them guys. Like he talks like he's not the one of the ones. Like, bro, we hype him up. Like the more we hype him up, and the more he like acts like he's just like he's just a regular dude. But when I hear Devin Haney, I'm a special fighter. I'm like, bro, who are you trying to convince? Because I see a special fighter literally every time, almost every Sunday, and he doesn't act. He doesn't say it. He doesn't act like bougie, bro. He, I bet you if you see the way the difference between Devin Haney and Boots, I'm like, bro, it's so different. Boots, I don't think Boots like works down Dolo. Nobody, he doesn't come. He has no security. Nobody. He'll say what's up. After church, he'll hug everybody. He hugs my mom. He comes to talk, chop it up with me, chop it up with the guy I work with on the sound system. Jakar, we talk about anything. We even talk about like the last fight that he had. Make jokes. Says coolest cut. His brother too. His brother, I really don't talk to him that much, but his older brother, he gives me a fist bump. I say, "What's up, Pierce?" Like coolest people. Sometimes his brother comes to church without him. Sometimes Boots comes to church without his brother. Sometimes
Mm.
sometimes they literally miss each other. Like Boots is at church and his brother comes in and is like, "Yo, you saw Boots?" You be like, "Yeah, he just left." Like he'll come. I guess he'll come. Like he wakes up late and when like after church, he's like, "Yeah, so Boots." We're like, "Yeah, he just left. We just missed him. Like not even like 5 minutes." He said, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Man, I'll talk to him later." Coolest people that you meet. But when I hear Devin Haney, the more I'm like, bro, I any respect I had for you, even though I still have respect that you get in that ring, you can fight. But the more I see, the more you talk, the more I'm like, man, I don't like you. But yeah, man, we gonna have some good matchups, man.
Mm.
Battle rap, man. Oh yeah, okay. Now let's talk about it real quick, man. I finally finished watching Tay Rock versus A Ward. I like the matchup, and I'm still debating who won the fight, the battle. And I can tell you this: it comes down to the second, right? Remember, I said he was going to go down to the first, but then Tay Rock said it out of his mouth, said that he lost the first. So it comes down to the second to me. Comes down to the second because Tay Rock won the third, A Ward won the first clear. I interchange. I actually interchange who wins the second because sometimes I think it's freaking Tay Rock because he had the muzzle, the church that he had the scheme about churching the church boys and everything. That then that's the same time that's the same round literally a what rebuttals the church angle and has daylight standing over there and say, "Yo, you're a vampire. You know you dead when daylight looking over you. You know you dead." Like it's crazy. Like it's a lot of things. Then we talk. If anybody will know, T Tap and Chef Trez is now on YouTube. Y'all can go watch that. Rewatch that battle again. It's 3-0
Mm.
T Tap. T Tap was in his bag and uh we'll see what's happening in Nome. Oh, yeah, you coming for Nome to the crib to watch it, or you gonna be working on that Saturday on the 8th? I guess it's. I think.
I work most Saturdays, if not all. So I'll probably be working anyway.
Yeah,
If
it's a
it
Saturday.
start early, I could probably come earlier.
Man, you already doesn't start shit early. You already is on real nigga time.
Definitely on real nigga time. And they got Lux there. Yeah, they ain't starting that shit early.
And likes is gonna have like a 35 minute round. The 35 minute round. Nah, we ain't studying early your shit for no
I know,
reason.
and that round gonna start at 1 a.m. too.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. If they started one, if his round started 1 a.m., I'm just gonna record it and go to sleep. I'm not staying up.
Yo, like they gotta stop that shit, bro. That shit is not cool. These like yo, I liked it when caffeine had the culture, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Caffeine made the culture a lot better.
Kavi made it. No, Kavi made it that we were on time and we got out on we got out on a reasonable time.
Money, they had money. They were on time, and people were rapping. Some of
Now,
y'all was choking, but you know when y'all choked, y'all got out of there. There is no second chances. Y'all was getting out of there.
oh yeah,
Hey, twerk choked on Genesis. We ain't see him for a grip.
we didn't see it more. Wait, did he? No, he came back. I think the choke that took him longer to come back from was the Susuf when he choked against
Nah,
Susuf.
well, yeah, that was a long one, but
We
he had just came back from a hiatus when he choked against Susur.
no, he didn't go on a hiatus. The Susuf was after he choked. I think he did like the Genesis. Then we went to a pandemic, right?
Hmm.
They came back. I think they did the tournament.
Yeah, they was doing so many Jones that honestly Twerk. I think Twerk did actually take a break, but we not. It don't look like it was a break because there was so much
Yeah,
shit going on during the
yeah.
pandemic.
So Twerk really didn't take a break because he did the tour. They did the tournaments. He came back. I think he did. If I'm not mistaken, he did UM3. If it's not UM3, he did UM3. He choked on that. Then he kept choke. Then he tried to do no. He battled Swamp, choked. Then did UM3. He choked again. Right against I don't know who did he better in UM3. What is his name? Real name Burnett. Right. Then he battled. He took a hiatus. Came back with Loso. Had a good showing. Then had another. I think he did what? He did good showing. He did another battle. Had a good. Oh no, he beat. So he beat Loso. Had Tay Rock. Good two good showings. Then he wanted to battle Kayshawn for December. That fell through.
That's
Right.
all. That's all recent. That's all. I'm talking about when caffeine first started.
Yes, I'm that.
He took a
I'm
break
talking.
after Genesis, bro. He took a break.
No, wait.
They told his ass to sit down. Actually, no. He choked. He choked against
Swamp.
Swamp. Yeah, Swamp was the one. That was the one. He was outside stressing. Hey, hey, we ain't see him for a grip after that. It was at least half a year, maybe a whole year. It was a
No,
long time. And then when we did see him again, it was Jada Nightwing. I'm telling you, yo, he took a break, bro.
hold on.
Caffeine made that nigga sit down. They
No,
made that nigga sit down,
he
bro.
didn't say. Well, he took a break from caffeine, but he kept battling off caffeine.
Hey, clean paper, just oh, he's on the card. He's definitely battling. He's gonna show up, and then he don't show up. All that shit stopped. You notice he ain't get yo. He got one call, and when he fucked it up, he ain't get called again. No, they was not. They was not playing with niggas, bro. I'm telling you, that era, that caffeine era, that 2 years, 2.5 years of battle rap,
Hold on.
dog,
Let's.
dog. We took it for granted, bro. That shit was so good,
Oh
bro.
wait. Here. We gonna do this. When what
The
happened?
rappers was getting paid
No,
more.
Genesis. So he battled Genesis, right? He choked, right?
And
Then
don't look at any other battles, just the URL battles.
yes, I'm on the app. You know, that's when they started doing shit on the app. He took the Genesis, choked. Then they had like the quarantine battles. We ain't gonna count that. They you know. Then he had the swamp, right?
And then he choked on that one too.
He choked against swamp. He took a hiatus for like a cool 6 months. Came back against Jada Nightwing.
And he did great. He did great in that one.
Did he not choke against that? I'm not.
No,
So he
no,
did
he
great.
did. He did great against Jada Knight. Because they was calling him like the best battle rapper in the world. I remember that.
Yeah. Then he battled drugs that February. Then he
Snapped on
did.
him.
Then he battled. This way he did it.
See, this where he went on the run.
Then he battled. He choked against KCJ.
Oh no, that did happen too.
He
Oh shit.
battled. That's UM3. Choked against KCJ. Took a break for April, May, June, July, August. So he took a break for 5 months. Came back on Civil War. Better Lawson, right?
And I think that's actually where his run starts. It's not before that. It's right
Then
here.
Loso, then Tay Rock.
Yeah, yeah, that's where the
Then
run starts.
then after Tay Rock, he battled Susef, choked, right? Then he was off until December on 2022. Well, he had other belt that got released, but that was done before, right? I think yeah. So yeah, he took a whole. That's when he came back on December 22. That's where his actual run started, right, from last year, where he battled real sick and he kind of talked to Smack. He's like, "This is my first time talking to Smack." I, I don't because Smack dissed him, saying like something about him on with Jay Black.
He was
Then
saying he can't take that shit with
yeah,
niggas choking. Yeah,
yeah,
from that point on is when he went. Yeah,
he went nuts. Battled real sick, cooked them. Battled next, cooked them. Battled coffee, cooked her. Battled chef Tress, cooked them. Battled hollow, Metamook, and he just choked against T-Top. So he had what? Let me see how many
and
wins.
he did the 2-2 with T Top. I think at in that time frame.
Oh yeah, that was
That
in
was the
2020.
Mook John. No,
That's
that was in 2020.
2021. So
Oh
that was wait, when was this? That was before the KCJ. That was after the Jada Nightwing.
yeah, if we really want to bring it up, bro, that from 2020 to 24, not the year of 24, but till 24. Um, yo, battle rap was solid, dog. All the
Yeah,
leagues were doing their thing. Well, except for well, they had their moments. King of the Dot had their moments.
yeah.
Um,
They were on Twitch.
we got what was it? GT? What is it called now? GTX or something like that.
Now we
Grind Time came back.
yeah, Grind Time came back. What we had? The Riot started getting popping. Whooping took a like kind of took a hiatus, but now they look like the top league right now.
Top league for sure.
I
John, I
believe.
don't know if he asking for favors. I don't know what it is, but whatever he doing, or unless he got some type of income, like
Well,
some tax money.
he does have
Hey,
backing of the mayor from North
that is
Carolina.
true. That is true. That was a big one too. That's a
Then
big
he
one too. Didn't they give him like the key to the city to Atlanta or some shit?
that was no that I think that was in Newark. He gave like a certification.
Yeah, for like Yonkers or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
He got something. You know,
but
John from like 7 different places. So
yeah, but I'm saying for Booping, he got the backing. He has what? Black male voting from the New York. I guess the mayor somewhere in North Carolina, from the city in North Carolina, who's literally backing him up. The reason why we might get Geechee versus uh him and Holiday is because of the mayor. So shout out to the mayor, man. But we got a lot of things, man. Uh, but yeah, man, we got. I think what we had some battles that came out. Uh, there's some battles that some battle rappers who kind of popping that time frame. Loso made his name during that caffeine era. Who else made their name during the caffeine? B Dot. I gonna lie, where's B Dot? I haven't heard from
he
B Dot in a.
disappeared because crowds came back, and and then he went up there and died. He died to somebody. Um,
I
he
think
died to
Zach.
somebody, yo. And since then, he ain't come back. Like soon as crowds came back, it was done.
Like
Oh, it
it,
was during the Mook event. It was the Mook event. He battled somebody, and it just didn't work out for him. Same thing
no,
with Jerry. It was Jerry West versus Danny too. Jerry West cooked Danny, which was
wait.
surprising.
No, the last time we have seen beat that was 2022 against Kid Cass. But the last time he actually battled somebody, Charlie Clips 2021. Since then he hasn't came back.
Yeah, because the crowds came back. Everybody came outside. It was like, okay, nope, all this conscious shit is not gonna work. I don't know. Maybe he got like a crowd thing. He can't do, stage fright or something. I don't know, but he don't know. Soon as crowds came back, it was over. But during that time, you couldn't say nothing about B Dot. Niggas wanted to see B Dot versus Lux. Niggas wanted to see B Dot just battle some of the greatest ever. Um,
Oh yeah,
Meanwhile, I just think he's a diet Lux, but
yeah.
that's just me.
While we, while we talking about that, let's talk about not a great news, but let's talk about oh yeah, shout out to Undisputed. The boxing game is coming back. I don't know if I said it. It's coming back. It's coming out this year, October 11th. But
Hmm.
n-
Full
now
release.
that full release. Hey man, some people I need y'all to let y'all know the game is good, right? But the what I'm seeing, the videos that they showed us right now, what I have been playing is not close to what they have shown me, and
Yeah,
I'm
it,
excited.
it was a lot of updates. It was a lot
Yeah,
of updates. It looks a lot better, a lot
it looks
smoother.
it looks a lot smoother. Even the point selection, the points like selection looks way smoother because and thank God they took away the step back cross. I was so sick of playing with people who do that shit a lot because that shit was annoying. People spend the step back cross, but the story I want to talk about, I don't know. I don't know. Let's talk about maybe you can tell me the Marvin Harrison Jr. and Fernandez story because to everybody who don't know this, you can't get Marvin Harrison Jr.'s jersey right now.
Why is that?
He didn't sign. He's refusing to sign his NFLPA's deal. Well, technically, it's not the NFLPA's, but it's included in his deal because we fanatics. And the reason why he's refusing to sign that is, I guess he wants more money. Since he's not in the NFL, he wants more money. But the fanatics already has a contract with him, right? He signed a contract while he was in college with fanatics because I think his sophomore year, he signed, I think, a 4-year contract. And okay, most NFL prospects signed their contracts their sophomore year. Fanatics came to them, they signed the contract for 4 years, right? So this they make a base amount. But when he got drafted, officially he's yes, he signed to Fanatics, but you gotta sign your PA, your NFL PA's deal, right? With NFL PA, and NFL PA is also signed with in that deal. The Fanatics, you officially now under Fanatics, even though you're under contract already, but you're officially under Fanatics. So now you can make money. The money that you're gonna make is now you can now actually make it, right? So he's refusing to sign it, right? They're
Hmm.
negotiating. So you can't get his jersey.
Yeah, because he's not on the team.
Well, he is on the team, but he's not on Fanatics, and Fanatics makes all the NFL jerseys for resale, right?
Mm.
And so
He
they
gonna have to. They gonna make him sign that though.
so this weekend, Fanatics did their rookie, where all the rookies that they signed, or all the rookies that under, I'll say all the rookies that were signed to them or the NFLPAs went to LA, had like a weekend where they took pictures, for their trading cards and everything, right? And while we're doing that, they officially sued Marvin Harrison Jr. for breach of contract.
Mm.
And in me personally, I don't know what advice I would give somebody like Marvin Harrison.
Well, his dad. I mean, his dad is the famous football player. You know, I think he's a two-time champion.
Yeah, his dad
Um,
played with Peyton Manning and everything. I guess they're
yeah,
using
coach,
trying to.
coach legend. So I don't. I
Yeah,
don't think. I mean, if
I think
anything, his dad will tell him something.
I
He'll
think
tell
his
him something. But
some people are saying his dad is kind of coaching him up. Taking the Peyton Manning type of approach. But I think the other thing, what I think the dad doesn't, maybe the dad didn't know about this, is Fanatics the dinner. Because if you look at what Fanatics brings, it's not just your name, your the rights to you sell your name and everything, right? Maybe that's the problem. But the sitting down with Tom Brady and Jay Z and them telling you the game. Like they're not telling you the game, but they're telling you, giving you advice. Like literally, I saw the clip that Michael Rubin and on their dinner, literally on their dinner, what Tom Brady is talking about the problem with this generation. It's all about me, 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 but the whole it's 53 guys on the. It's supposed to be all about the team. You can be a superstar, but you're not be a champion. Like it was, I was like, that's something that Marvin Harrison, yes, he has his dad, but something that listen to somebody who's considered the GOAT, right? Like something, those connections that you learn from. Even though you might have connections with Peyton Manning, even Peyton Manning says some things that some things you gotta learn from, hear from a different voice. And I think with that message, to be honest, I'll be honest, they were sending shots to Marvin because he's the only rookie who's doing this shit. We came out here and we said about Caleb Williams trying to do everything different, but when it came to something that like, the country, he signed this shit. He's like, yeah, let's do it. Marvin is the only one who's acting weird with this shit. But hey, we'll see what happens. And hey, man, I'll go lie. Now, you want to talk about this or you want to just leave it alone?
I don't know what the topic is.
You know what we talking about. You saw the video.
Oh, did he do it? Did he drug her? Did he rape her? If he didn't do it, then why did he pay her? Hey, man. Um, I mean, no, we don't have to talk about it. That's a serious topic. Uh,
Hey, man,
all I
that
want to
nigga's a
say is
bit.
love and prayers. Love and
Nah,
prayers.
that nigga's a bitch, bro.
Yeah, just love and prayers. She settled outside of court, so I mean, you don't have to slander him. Um,
But
we ain't
he,
gotta slander him, bro.
but he did, bro. It's not. I
That
understand.
apology is disgusting, though. You should definitely. This whole time you've been quiet, and you got some of the nastiest things on you, but then he comes out with this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's
Hey,
nasty
man,
work.
man, we gotta learn. Yeah, y'all gotta listen to Bobby Schmitter, man. Go listen. Bobby Schmitter, he has a video out on Instagram. Go listen to him. All rappers, y'all gotta listen to what he said because he had the real shit that he said in there. Even though he tried at first, people didn't hear to what he was saying because he made a joke at first. But then after the joke, he started talking shit. He really started preaching to y'all rappers. And some ladies, I think some people didn't get the message, but most of the people in that comment section, we all heard what he was saying. And I think y'all, all y'all rappers, y'all gotta listen to what Bobby shared. So you go if you're a rapper right now and you have a little bit fame, I think you gotta go to Bobby Schmidt's Instagram, listen to what he's saying, and then that's how you help you make better decisions, man. But hey, man, if anyone wants to, anything else, I don't know much. Uh, but we got a lot of things coming up. Hey, man,
There's a lot
summertime is
going on, man.
summertime. We got the Olympics coming up.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
while we on the dead topic, all y'all fans, whatever, all y'all fans, y'all got told yesterday by Simone Biles, leave that shit alone. Stop it. She's done with y'all no more now. And y'all see y'all just miserable at this point. She said
They
all the
still
good
talking about her marriage, yo.
bro, bro, she posted, right? She
They gonna be
posted the
mad when she come out pregnant.
she posted the picture of him and her. She did she had the tournament this weekend, right? So he posted the picture of her winning the three golds, and he was, and the picture of them kissing. And she decided, well, he posted everything else from the event, like, winning, him supporting all the videos. Somebody, I guess, somebody recorded him supporting, right? So he posted that on his feed. She just posted of him and her, chilling right after she won, and right after in the hotel. That's it. That she posted, right? She said great weekend. Literally, I'll say 90% of the comments were just straight dissing him. He's like, oh, what's I don't know his name, saying all the outlandish things. Well, he just didn't. He took the high road. He's been saying that, doing taking the high road. But she came out and said it yesterday, and she Leah said from now on she started blocking people. I was like, yo, I was like, yeah, what's the funny part? She said she's blocking people. He just said, man, keep scrolling. He's like, if you have nothing to say, if you have nothing positive to say, just keep scrolling. He tried to, she posted that, she's blocking people. If she sees, if you post negative stuff, she's blocking people, right?
Mhm.
Fam, he reposted it, right? He reposted her story, and he's just said, if you have nothing positive to say, Chris Scott. I was like, so yeah, I was like, yeah, dissing this man. This man is trying to save you from not seeing, from having opportunity to see someone boss page. She says she's blocking y'all. He's saying, hey man, if you have nothing positive to say, just keep scrolling. If you're not supporting, just keep scrolling. He's trying to save you from embarrassment that you got blocked by Simone Biles. But y'all just gonna act a fool out here and thinking that, oh, y'all can say that shit all over. She's done, but she's about done with y'all now. I'm just saying. But without further ado, man, uh, we are done with everything. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for watching the episode, listening to the episode.
Yup.
Uh,
Oh yeah, just one thing before we sign off. When after he does get locked up and all that other stuff, I do want to revisit them breaking down black men and just black people. Period. I think it needs to be studied
we will talk about it. I'll say
because
next.
though I think these people are nasty,
But
it's
we
weird.
hey, there's a lot of things that's coming out. Even New York is right now debating taking. New York City is debating taking back his key to the city. So
Like I don't know.
so
It's
we
just it just needs
there's
to
a
be
lot of
studied.
more things that we gotta see what happens.
Yeah, he's most likely going to go to jail though. They're going to put something on him. They're trying to find something. Like
Yeah, we'll
so
see.
far, they haven't found anything that apparently is illegal. They just found
No,
stuff that's nasty, like
no,
you
yeah,
beat on
they
your
haven't
girl.
found something
Yeah,
substantially. Well, they have suspicion, but they've not found something substantially.
like black people pretty much put him in under the jail just because he's like bi, you know. But all that could be consensual. So
Hey man, we'll see what happens next, man.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, but
But
I'll say we'll give you like what? I'll say give us a month or so. We'll have the conversation.
Yeah,
Not even. Let's say if he doesn't get arrested, but we'll have the conversation and like give us some time, people. We just want to see. We'll see. We'll let the month play out and see what happens, right? But after that, we'll
yep.
talk about it later, man. We out. Peace. I'm about to